Our next speaker is Janine Driver. She's the founder, president, and lead instructor of the Body Language Institute, which is a certification program that gives communications training to help executives and salespeople and other professionals to build their executive presence and deliver presentations and improve their selling skills. She's here to share her insights with us today.
Anderson's speechless today. He's speechless. Wouldn't you like to power up your bottom line and power up your relationships with others and power up your legacy by decoding body language accurately? Wouldn't it be great in those moments? You know those moments where you're like, there's more to the story here? Wouldn't you like to know what to say in those moments? When your hair in the back of your head stands up and you're like, wait a minute, someone's lying to me. Wouldn't it be awesome if you knew what to do to turn it around to power up your life? Say yes, Janine. Great. I'm a human lie detector. My name's Janine Driver, and I've been trained by the best of the best, and I have brought those skills directly out of the playbooks of the CIA and the FBI to show you. These are my first initial trainers, my mom and my dad. They're both investigators. My mom's a nurse. She went to nursing school when I was 12 years old. A nurse says this, all right, where does it hurt? How long does it hurt? On a scale of 0 to 10, what's the level of pain? A mechanic, my dad, he fixes fire trucks at the Brookline Fire Department outside of Boston. He says, where's the sound? How loud's the sound? 0 to 10. What took you so long to come in to fix the vehicle? I was raised by two investigators. I was destined to go into law enforcement, or what I call sales. We're all in the business of sales. Wouldn't you agree? We sell something, even if it's just selling ourselves. Here's the product I sold for over a decade. Would you like to sell this product for a living? I call it a one-bedroom suite in a gated community. And just like you guys, if you're in sales and you sell a product, you might have unannounced bonuses. For me, I throw in a wardrobe for you while you're with us at Club Fed, and we take care of your meals. Any takers? Anyone interested? Here's what I sell for a living for 16 and a half years. Today, I teach the FBI, the CIA, ATF, local police how to sell this product. My motto is, if I can get bad guys to confess, I can get you more yeses. Would you like more yeses? Say yes, Janine. Here's what happens with liars. All liars are walking this tightrope. I say it's the scales of justice. They're here, they're walking the scale of justice, and below them is this canyon of skepticism and doubt. And in today's program, I'm going to teach you how to push them off that tightrope of deception, how to knock them off so at the end of the day, it's all about us doing the right thing. See, my life's mission is to stop bad people from doing bad things to good people. And I brought with me, direct from the playbooks of the CIA, this program. Do you want it? Yes. Do you want it? Yes. All right, here we go. Powerful liars. These are the toughest ones to bust, right? These powerful liars, why are they hard to bust? Why did Bernie Madoff get away with it so long? Why did Tiger Woods get away with it so long? Because powerful liars focus on the reward, not the consequence. The people that are working for you the longest, the people you trust the most, the people you consider family, they might be the people that someday stab you in the back and you're blindsided when it happens. They justify their lies.
So what in a sense you're saying is that there are certain situations, and the Houston plan or that part of it was one of them, where the president can decide that it's in the best interest of the nation or something, and do something illegal.
Well, when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
By definition.
Exactly.
They justify their lies. Sometimes the power is they're very beautiful, the Casey Anthonys of the world. Sometimes they have power or prestige or financial, or they're a political power, or they're a celebrity or an athlete. This position of power, these are the powerful liars that are hard for us to bust, but not after today. See, I believe there are cancers in our life beyond the cancers that are in our body. I believe there are cancers in your company. Those cancers are mind reading, indifference. Those cancers are gossip. Those cancers are not speaking up when there's an injustice done. And my program is bringing you the cure to the cancers that are in your business, the cancers that are in your personal life and your professional life. How to read people accurately. It's not a mind reading program, it's a powerful communication program. Here, I've shown this picture on Fox News several years ago by a woman named Edie Hill, and she asked me what this picture means. First of all, Texas, tell me how many people like this picture. Let me see your hands. Raise your hand. So, we had a person applaud, right? So nice and tall. Let me see your hands up here. Nice again. So we have like 90% Republicans here, right? I just spoke in Boston to a bunch of Democrats, and 2 people raised their hand out of 1,000. I love this picture. I'm a Boston girl. My parents are blue-collar people, a nurse and a mechanic, but I love this picture. And I'm going to tell you why. This picture represents rapport to me. And in order to detect deception, you have to be able to build rapport. At the end of the day, we'll buy a product by someone who's charging more for it. We'll drive further to get it because we trust you, because we have rapport with you. Well, here's what happens. GW was talking to these cadets that graduated from the Air Force Academy. He was thanking them for their service. And as you might imagine, they had a VIP section, the brightest, the smartest, the best team player, the most improved. And he went over to this section of excellence and he said, what can I do to honor your commitment to excellence? And yours and yours and yours. And one person said, sir, will you simply shake my hand and take a picture with me? And GW did. And then some other people said, sir, my mother's fighting breast cancer. She had chemotherapy 2 days ago and was unable to be here. Would you mind calling her on the phone and telling her you're proud of me? And he picked up the phone and called many loved ones that were unable to be there for health reasons. Then a couple cadets said, sir, will you chest bump me? I don't think you need to be a body language expert to agree with me. It's highly unlikely that George woke up that morning and said to himself, I hope a man in a uniform slaps his body against my body. And there's a photographer there to take a picture, and Janine Driver, the human lie detector, analyzes it on Fox News. Wouldn't you agree that was highly unlikely? Say yes, Janine. This is rapport. Rapport is looking at my world through my lenses, not through your lenses. There's a 3-step process into getting what you want, and that what you want is a cure for the cancers that are in your personal and professional lives, that are outside of our bodies, but certainly in our lives. That 3-step process is develop, decode, and deliver. Develop, decode, and deliver. First, let's develop a baseline. A baseline is what is someone else saying without saying a word, and what are you saying without saying a word. First, let's talk about you. This is the chin grab pose. It's one of my favorite. There's over 500 behavioral strategies to get you what you want in the game of life. Over 500. You're getting 4 today. So here's number 1. Grab your chin, everybody. This pose right here sends the message, power, authority. I'm going to have it all figured out. But what we do when we're nervous is this one. So everyone grab your throat. We call this your neck dimple. So I want you to look at the person next to you or behind you, and I want you to say, you can trust me with your money. Go ahead, do it. Look at the person next to you. Now, let's do it again. This time, grab your chin and look at the person next to you. You could do a little wrinkly brow like George W. likes to do right here. And look at the person next to you and say, you can trust me with your money. Look how intelligent you became. If you're currently enrolled in a master's program or a PhD program, save your money, just do this all the time. Hello, I'm back. I was just at the UP conference in Houston. I wish I could tell you what happened, but I'm a changed person. This chin grab pose will instill confidence in other people. Why is that? It's because it's an anchor to success. See, when you grab your chin, you are about to win. Repeat after me. When you grab your chin, you're about to win. There are successful people. Here's Steve Jobs as a young 20-year-old guy grabbing his chin. What happens is this chin grab is an anchor to success. We see celebrities and people in power doing the chin grab. So when you do this under high-stress situations, I call it a 7-second fix. You notice you're grabbing your throat. You need me to work what? On Saturday? Okay, you need me to stay how long tonight? And you're playing with your collar, getting hot under the collar. In those moments, that 7-second fix, grab your chin and we'll begin to believe in you and have faith in you. Now, we start the chin grab early in my family. Bella on the right, she's 11. She's my niece and my goddaughter. Her and her friends bought their books with their own money, and they sent me this to say this was their favorite power pose out of the 500. As a matter of fact, we even started earlier than 11 and 12. Here are my 2 sons, Angus and Charlie. Angus is my older son, and Charlie's the baby. He's 10 weeks old. He's with me here. And Charlie is chin-grabbing Angus. 1 day old in this picture at the hospital, just 10 weeks ago. Power, authority, and confidence. Now, when you are reading others, you have to get their baseline. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. How do they respond in a non-threatening situation? When all of a sudden that baseline changes, we have what's called a hot spot. A hot spot indicates there's more to the story. And we'll explore what do you do when there's a hot spot. Sir, ask me if I've ever cheated on my husband. No. Do you believe me? No? Good, because that's an offer. You like children? Babies? You've got 4. We'll be like the Partridge Family, right? The Brady Bunch. Right, so when I say, I'm asked, have you ever cheated on your husband? I do a shoulder shrug. Many of you say, aha, I watched that show Lie to Me on Fox. I'm a human lie detector. She said no, but she did a shoulder shrug, which represents uncertainty. Therefore, she's a liar. It's not that simple. All it means is there's something I'm not telling you. It doesn't mean it's the opposite of what I'm saying. It just means there's more to the story. Now let's go to step 2. Let's decode these 3 hotspots, dangerously powerful hotspots that the liars are using. These are the 3 most common tells that deceptive people are showing up in your lives. See, you and I are looking at the world the same way, with the same eyes. We see the same stuff, but I'm giving you today the tools to look at it slightly differently, to look at it through the eyes of law enforcement, through the best investigators, through nurses' eyes, through a mechanic's eyes. This guy here, one of the biggest scumbuckets of the earth, he said, I didn't do those things. Jerry Sandusky, when he was interviewed by Joe Becker of the New York Times and asked if he had sodomized those little kids, he said, I didn't do those things. But what's interesting is, not only does he stammer and stutter, he does what's called a shoulder shrug and a hand shrug. This is uncertainty. So look at the person next to you and say, I am so happy you're sitting next to me. Go ahead. Would you like to go on a date again sometime? Yeah. As long as you pay. This shoulder shrug and hand shrug says there's more to the story.
Okay, these allegations are false. I didn't do those things.
My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer 4 years ago. Cancer is a death sentence in our family. My mother's mother, father, and brother died of different types of cancers. When my mother heard the C word, I'll never forget, she said she was terrified. She goes, you know what? If I die someday and I come back, I'm coming back as a swearing person, like you and your father. I go, you can swear now, Mom. She goes, it's just not in me. It's just not in me. I called my mother a week later, and this is what she said when she answered the phone. Hey, what's up, bitch? Hello, Kayleen? Kerry? I thought it was one of my sisters. No, it's Mom. I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm trying out the swearing thing. How does it look? How does it sound? I go, not bad. You're a good swearing person. My mother is one of these great, amazing people that when you're in a car and a fun song comes on that you love, say Madonna, hey, Mr. DJ, put a record, and you're dancing like a goofball. My mother's the type of person that begins dancing with you. Not the type of person that looks at you and thinks you're ridiculous. She dances with you. I love my mother so much. She's my best friend on the face of this planet. When she was diagnosed, as you might imagine, we were terrified. But nurses, doctors, therapists, school teachers, they'll often get breast cancer on the left breast because it's over the heart, because they're putting everyone else's needs ahead of their own. So I took my mother and my father down to my parents' favorite place on earth, Wells Beach in Wells, Maine. And I have my mother pick out the biggest boulder she can find. And had you been there, you would have seen her pick out this gigantic boulder. And I said, Mom, this symbolizes you putting everyone else before yourself. You need to say, this year, it's all about me. So when you can no longer hold this above your head, I want you to walk down to the ocean. I want you to throw it as far as you can. I want you to give Dad a kiss and come back to the camera and tell me, this year, it's all about me. Had you been there, you would have seen that little stinker hold it for like 15 minutes. I'm exhausted holding this thing above my head, right? She held it for 15 minutes, walked down to the ocean, threw it, and catapulted it, kissed my dad, and walked back to me. And had you been there, you would have seen her say, I guess this year it's all about me. Mom, say it again without, I guess it's all about me. She goes, it's all about me. I go, Mom, level 10, it's all about me. Mom, level 10, it's all about me! I was like, okay, we could have brought it down to a 6, maybe. My mother began screaming at strangers on the beach, "It's not about you! It's not about you! It's not about you! It's about me!" My father had to step away. My mother later told me that moment changed her life forever. She was given 4 months to live. That was 4 years ago. This is the difference between listening with your eyes and your ears and asking a question, calling people to be great, not taking them at what they're saying. This is not good enough. To get to your company from here for the next 20 years, to have growth, you have to not be a mind reader. You have to avoid indifference. You have to speak up when you know there's something that just doesn't fit. And that's what I did. Noticing that shoulder shrug changed my mother's life. Lance Armstrong said in the text to the AP Press, "I told Winfrey to go wherever she wants, and I'll answer the questions directly, honestly, and candidly. That's all I can say." If you have people in your life that say the expression, "that's all I can say," or "that's all I can tell you," they are lying. It is unnecessary language. What you should say at this point is, "Great, tell me what you can't say, Lance. Tell me what you can't tell me. Hey, any reason why you were the last person in the office on Friday and I came in Monday and the door was unlocked?" "Well, I left at 5 o'clock and locked the door. That's all I can tell you." Your job is to say, "Great, what can't you tell me?" "Well, I saw Michael walking down the hall when I was leaving. He was getting off the elevator and going into the office." When you hear this language, it indicates deception. There's more to the story. But listen, not only that, but Lance Armstrong shakes his head yes when he says, "I've never doped." You're going to see a series of Lance denying taking drugs about a sport not very many people care about. And then you're going to hear him confessing to Oprah Winfrey that, in fact, he had been lying. In the second clip of him, after the first Oprah video, you're going to see him say, "I've never doped." You're going to see this head nod. And then you're going to see him get very aggressive. And this is what we call convince, not conveyors. He's trying to convince. Truthful people convey. Look for the head nod and the bullying. Great. Trust me, he says no. Bill Clinton said the same thing. He said, "America, I want you to listen and listen good. I did not have sexual relations with that woman." It was as if Bill said, "America, I would like to have more sexual relations with that woman." That's right. I'll have sex with this brunette right up here while I'm at it. Relax, Hillary. It's networking. You ask someone a question, they shake their head in the opposite direction, we have a hot spot. The last emotion is contempt, moral superiority. Moral superiority. Moral superiority, this contempt, think about it, contempt of court, disrespectful of the court, disrespectful of the judge. Contempt is moral superiority. Oftentimes we'll see liars leak contempt just before or after they lie to you. So everyone do this smirk. It's on one side of your face. Let me see it. Right like this. Oh, you're good at it, sir. You got a couple ex-wives under your belt? Yeah. You're on your way. You're on your way. Contempt. It might belong there if you win an award, you're on a stage, you worked hard to get that award. Contempt. I'm proud of myself. But when I'm asking you, where were you? I'm asking you if you touched the petty cash. I'm asking you if you spread rumors. I'm asking you a high-stress question, and you answer me and leak contempt, shame on you. We know there's more to the story when we see that. Let's watch A-Rod lie to Katie Couric with contempt.
For the record, have you ever used steroids, human growth hormone, or any other performance-enhancing substance?
No.
We see that contempt right there on one side of his face, moral superiority. He later came out in less than a year saying, yes, he in fact had lied to Katie Couric. Let's watch it again.
For the record, have you ever used steroids, human growth hormone, or any other performance-enhancing substance?
No.
Moral superiority. It's time to ask a powerful question. Now, to deliver the results you want, to power up your reputation, to power up your legacy, power up your lives, all you simply have to do is ask this. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it appears to me. So remember earlier I said, ask me if I've ever cheated on my husband, and I said no. We have now what's called a hot spot. Now you have to say this. So everyone repeat after me. Janine, maybe I'm wrong here, but it appears to me there's something you're not saying. See? I am saying something that I'm not telling you. Know what it is? I think my husband's cheating on me. Or my best friend just told me she's cheating on her husband, Michael. Or my next door neighbor looks like she's having an affair. See, when I shoulder shrug when you ask me if I've ever cheated on my husband, it just simply means we have a hot spot. There's something I'm not telling you. It's up to you to do due diligence. This third step is where the magic happens. This is why I train the CIA and the FBI and companies like Coca-Cola and Procter & Gamble, the best of the best. Many people don't bring me in because they can't afford the information. And thanks to UP, you have got it. Remember this question, it can change your life. So what's the cure to mind reading and what's the cure to indifference? It's putting the develop, the decode, the deliver program, the new body language to work in your life. And you will literally power up your lives. It is the cure for you. Seven weeks ago, this coming Saturday, my mom passed away. She was given 4 months to live and lived for 4 years because she's the type of person, well, a dance in a car when you're dancing to a crazy fun song. She's the type of person that believed if this would save the cancer in her breast and her body, she would have did this every waking moment. She would have superglued her hand there. There is a cure for the cancers in your personal and professional life outside your body. Pay attention. Emerson said, I can't hear what you are saying because who you are being is getting in the way. Get out of the way of your success. My name's Janine Driver. Thanks for playing with me up Houston. Thank you. I miss you, Mom. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Janine. A couple questions.
You want to hug me. I can tell by your body language. I can tell.
I guess I want to hug you, yeah. Here's my question for you.
I love how he hugged and then retreated.
Yeah. Here's my question. I was noticing in the Sandusky video that it seemed like he had a micro-expression. In other words, an expression that passes very quickly over somebody's face that sometimes represents the opposite emotion of what they're trying to represent. Is that something that you look at in the nonverbal patterns?
Right, so there are 7 different micro-expressions: happiness, sadness, fear, surprise, anger, contempt, and disgust. We talked about contempt today. I'll tell you, surprise is a sneaky one. Surprise is the only emotion that lasts less than 3 seconds, and it always serves as a catalyst to another emotion. So I come at you with a knife, you go from surprise to fear. I throw a surprise party, surprise, you go from surprise to crying or surprise to happiness. But if you throw a surprise party for someone and they go, someone told them there was a surprise party. If you confront the people in your lives professionally and personally and they leak surprise, they're more apt to be telling you the truth. When they leak fear, the mouth open and taut, eyebrows up and straight across, it was a matter of time till you busted them, that person has something to hide. So look for the micro-expressions. Keep in touch with me, Janine Driver, on Twitter and Facebook. And thanks for playing with me, everybody.
Thank you, Janine.
All right.